Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. So today we'll be dealing with count and countifs. So alright, what does count do? Unlike sum, which sum all the values in a cell together or in a column, the count otherwise just counts the number of cells that are highlighted. So let's say for example we want to find out how many numbers or what's the count of numbers in this place. The count function is used and it will just give us the exact number of values that are highlighted. So if we come and say something like equals to count and we go and highlight the value 1, shift control downwards and close it and put it now, it gives us 9. And if we go and count it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, it gives us 9 values. So that's what the count does. So it counts. So if you have a whole lot of entries that are scattered abroad and you don't know what the exact value is, you can come and use the count value to know how many value is there. Also, the countifs also work similar to the count. We all know that if and ifs are conditions. So it's saying it's going to count it if a certain condition is met. So let's say for example we want to do countif. So we want to count the numbers or the values that are here. What is the criteria? If they are greater than, let's say if they are greater than, we want to count if they are greater than 45,000, right? We can go ahead and count and we can see that only 5 values are greater than 45,000, which is 1, which is this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. So we can see that they are all greater than 45,000, and that is why we are counting them. So the same thing too can also go for the countifs. We know that the countifs take much more values, so we can give it more conditions than say if countifs. Now it's going to ask for criteria range, so we are going to count. We should count this one, number. I want to count the value, right? And what is the criteria? The first criteria, if it is greater than 45,000, if it's greater than 45,000, what is the other range? And if it's greater than 45,000, and if from here to here, if it is equal to male. So we're going to do this and we're going to search for it. Okay, sorry, put a comma there. And if this guy is equals to male, so see what I did there. So it's going to count it to see, it's going to count if this guy is greater than 45,000 and if it is male. So if we check it now, those that are greater than 45,000, we have there is a male. This is greater than 45,000. This is greater than 45,000. This guy is also greater than 45,000, and this is also greater than 45,000, and that is 1 2 3 4. That's why you have the count of 4 here. So that's just how the count and the countifs and ifs work. All right, so let's go to the last one, which is the days and the network. Okay, all right, so we can see that now what's the days used to find? The days is used to find the number of days that are within a certain period. So let's say you have the start date here and the end date. So an employee worked from this and this, and you want to know how many days are in between those days. Now this will only work on a text format and not a string and not a date format. So to do that, very simple, let me put it in caps lock. We'll find out the days. So it's telling you the end date and the start date. So we're going to put the end date first, comma, and the start date next, and close it and it will give you the total number of days that are between. So within 11 of 2001 and 9 of 6 2015, this particular worker has worked, or there are 5,056 days in between. If you go ahead and draw this guy down, also it will give you all the count of days that are in between, or the period of work that each and every staff have worked for. Now, what about the network days? The network days gives you the number of days that the staff has worked minus the holidays. That's why it's a network day. Is giving you the holidays out. Now, Excel has predefined holidays that has already been added, like the Christmas, the New Year, and the normal basic holidays. But you can also specify other days. So how does that work? Simple. We have the net work days. Press tab. Now it's going to say what's the start date. So this one goes in the reverse order. The start date, and what's the end date. This is the end date, and what are the holidays you see. So maybe if you want to specify another holiday, maybe number of holidays, maybe like there are 10 holidays or 15 holidays, you can just put it in and thereabout. But let's just go with the standard one, and we have that. You see, so minus the holidays, he has worked for, minus the weekends and the holidays, he has worked for a total of 360. Well, that's the actual number of days he actually appeared in the office. If you draw it back, you see it like this. And that's the end of our formulas that will be taking you in Excel. There are tons and tons and tons of other formulas that are useful, but for now, for the basic analysis we are going to be doing, these are some of the things that will be usually useful for our data analysts for now. There are lots of formulas. If you know any other one that you've heard or you've seen somewhere and you don't understand and you want us to discuss, you can drop a comment for us on our pages, and we would surely get into doing that. So thank you very much for joining us on this Excel tutorial with formula. See you in the next tutorial. We'll be looking at the V lookups and how it can help our data analysis work. Thank you very much.